A man wanted to know when can have sex with a woman. On this Pythagoras replied, "When you want to lose what strengths you have." Pythagoras, a philosopher in the 6th century BC, established a unique religious movement, blending Orphic, Indian, and Persian beliefs. He taught strict rules and promised eternal life if people followed rituals and stayed physically pure. Pythagoras' most renowned contribution to mathematics is the Pythagorean theorem, a fundamental principle in geometry. It remains a cornerstone of geometry and has enduring significance in various mathematical and scientific disciplines. Although Pythagoras left a significant legacy, we have limited information about him from people who lived during his time. The first bits of information about his life surfaced about 150 years after he passed away, around the 4th century BC. Pythagoras was born in Samos and probably traveled to Egypt and Babylon when he was young. Around 532 BCE, he moved to southern Italy to escape the harsh rule in Samos and set up his school in Croton. It's hard to separate his teachings from those of his students because Pythagoras likely didn't write any books. His followers often backed up their beliefs by referring to what Pythagoras supposedly said. In ancient Greece, there were 2 types of celibacy for men. Priests, like those of the Isis cult, had to avoid sex to perform sacred rituals. Philosophers, such as Pythagoras and his followers, practiced celibacy and vegetarianism as they were dedicated to learning. Some thinkers like Epictetus believed celibacy is important to avoid distractions and allow the mind to focus clearly on the complex task of scholarly inquiry. Plato greatly shaped and passed on numerous Pythagorean concepts through his immensely impactful philosophy. Like Pythagoras, he held a dualistic view, seeing the soul as morally superior to the body, which could hinder the soul's pursuit of higher goals. Plato viewed love in varying expressions, either sacred and uplifting or profane and degrading. He considered sexual intercourse the lowest form of love, reducing humans to a more animalistic level. Plato believed that to rise above these lower forms of love, individuals needed to lead virtuous lives, marked by practices aligned with Pythagoreanism, especially sexual self-restraint. Plato thought the better part of our soul is stuck inside our lesser body, along with bad passions symbolized by the Furies. To liberate and save their imprisoned souls, individuals needed to follow certain taboos, especially avoiding the degradation of sexual intercourse. This moral discipline was seen as crucial for the release of the soul from its entrapment in the physical body. The importance of sexual power is immense as it plays a marvelous role in life. A healthy man with strong sexual powers experiences vitality and energy. However, any complaint weakening these powers can lead to a decline in overall well-being, affecting muscles and nerves. The interconnected nature of nervous, sexual, muscular, and vital forces underscores the need for a balanced approach to maintain health. The sustenance of nervous forces depends on normal blood circulation, achievable through essential muscular exercise. Additionally, a robust sexual instinct has mental influences, elevating and energizing individuals, contributing to increased power in all aspects of life. Therefore, it is crucial to retain sexual power wisely and moderately. Losing this power not only affects reproduction, but, according to nature's laws, signals a decline in usefulness, leading to decay and death. Sexual impotence extends beyond the physical realm, impacting mental, social, and overall well-being. As one's abilities decrease, making wise choices becomes crucial within the available time to lead a balanced and fulfilling life. Let's start by exploring what Pythagoras is stating, and then we'll delve into each point separately. Pythagoras advised practicing celibacy, abstaining from intimate relations, especially during the hot and dry summer, and ideally in spring and fall. He considered wintertime sex less drying and more acceptable, though still potentially harmful to health, like other pleasures of love. To a man eager to know when he should have sex with a woman, Pythagoras replied, "When you want to lose what strength you have." Diogenes Laertius states that Pythagoras did not indulge in the pleasures of love and that he cautioned others to only have sex whenever you are willing to be weaker than yourself. Pythagoras also stressed that any sexual activity should not begin before a man's 20th birthday. And he praised the stringency of Greek rules against making love in a temple with a woman who was either someone's sister, mother, or daughter, in other words, any woman at all. The only sex he tolerated was for the express purpose of procreating children, and then only between husband and wife. Pythagoras, a dualist who believed in the moral superiority of the soul over the body, saw celibacy as a means to shape life comprehensively. According to Pythagoras, not getting involved in romantic relationships isn't just about avoiding physical closeness, it's a choice to focus on spiritual growth. He believed that when we control our physical desires and don't indulge too much in the physical world, we can use our energy for spiritual enlightenment. So, celibacy, which means not being romantically involved, helps us build inner strength, discipline, and a stronger connection with the divine. Our soul flourishes when we distance ourselves from things that drains our energies. Even for a normal man to experience peace and realize what soul is, he must follow celibacy. A person who constantly indulges in sensuality won't understand peace, soul, and such subtle things in life. They're constantly unstable, searching for satisfaction in both inner and outer worlds. Their focus on pleasure messes up their biology, mental health, and energies, making it hard to find peace through any means. On a spiritual journey, stability is key. One has to align his actions with his noble insights and thoughts. Let's dive deeper and understand what Pythagoras is trying to convey through his messages on celibacy. First, he stated that sexual intercourse is lowest form of expression of love and drains away everything what a man has. Pythagoras believes that the act of sexual intercourse, when not approached with wisdom and temperance, can lead to a significant loss of vital energies, ultimately impacting a man's overall strength, stability, and well-rounded development. The semen is the most valuable substance to a man. In various ancient scriptures and texts, semen is referred to as a life-giving substance, the most potent and most vital. Semen is a substance not to be wasted lightly. According to this belief, semen is created in a person with stability, should be transferred with care, and retained for as long as possible in daily life for overall well-being. Throughout history, wise individuals have embraced the idea of preserving semen, recognizing its perceived positive influence on life. The creation of semen is a complex process that demands a significant amount of energy, resources, and time. The body transforms food and blood through an intricate natural process, extracting essence from various parts, including the brain, nervous system, and DNA. Engaging in sexual activities, both mentally and physically, can disrupt a man's balance. If the vital essence is not conserved and transformed, it not only depletes energy, but also leaves one thoroughly exhausted, diminishing the inner essence of man. Some ancient text states that preservation of semen brings life, depletion of semen brings death. This concept suggests that the loss of semen not only affects a man physically, but also corrupts his spiritual, mental, and moral growth. It states that a man pays a significant price, compromising his real strength that influences various aspects of his life. Nature has set a price upon sexuality that none can afford to give. It takes its pay in physical power, in health. Those who break the laws must pay the price. This is why Pythagoras contends that sexual intercourse, when not approached with wisdom and moderation, represents the lowest form of expressing love. It is a form of love that, instead of nurturing and elevating, deteriorates an individual in various aspects. Pythagoras argues that celibacy only during the hot and dry summer, and if possible the spring and fall. He believed that engaging in sexual activities during wintertime was less dehydrating, and therefore more acceptable. However, he cautioned that, similar to all pleasures of love, even winter intimacy could be harmful to one's health. The body is thought to perform optimally during wintertime, because reproductive secretions and the water element are believed to be more abundant at this time. The cost of indulging in pleasure is more significant than one might realize. It not only exhausts physical and mental energies, but also disrupts the natural flow within, causing spiritual corruption and influencing overall well-being. And also suggests that, even though vitality may be lost during winter or colder times, the body returns to a state of steadiness at a faster rate, compared to summer or hotter periods. This optimal physical state during winter is believed to be more efficient for active procreation, as other seasons may often leave individuals exhausted due to procreational activities. Pythagoras also stressed that any sexual activity should not begin before a man's 20th birthday, and he praised the stringency of Greek rules against making love in a temple with a woman who was either someone's sister, mother, or daughter, in other words, any woman at all. The only sex he tolerated was for the express purpose of procreating children, and then only between husband and wife. Boyhood has a crucial time for physical and mental development, peaking around the age of 20. During this period, the body is believed to perform at its best, marking the transition from boyhood to manhood. It emphasizes that at this age, a man's vitality and essence are at their peak. This phase is crucial for sexual energy transmutation, which we discuss often about. There is a significant reason behind it. The more subtle energies we possess around this age, it enhances our ability in all our aspects at its peak, making us fully developed to produce healthier children. Beyond considerations of physical health, it serves the genuine and subtle purpose of sexual energies in the broader context of life. Pythagoras underscores the significance of boyhood as the foundation of life, asserting that whatever one wants to achieve requires a strong foundation. This foundation, according to him, is not solely about physical development, but also encompasses spiritual, moral, and mental aspects. Pythagoras, a dualist who believed in the moral superiority of the soul over the body, saw celibacy as a means to shape life comprehensively. With a belief in reincarnation, he argued that the choices made during boyhood have profound implications on one's overall development. In whichever way we shape our mind and body till 20th, it navigates our further life. This period is crucial and immensely necessary for shaping ourselves, determining our future paths and outcomes. Without such development, we will be completely lost in our life behind pursuing pleasures, which will never be fulfilled, and more importantly, what we will become after this all. This is why Pythagoras suggests complete abstinence from sexuality till a man's 20th birthday. Not only for spiritual and mental development, here is what professional wrestler and sports philosopher George Hackenschmidt states regarding physical strength development at the early stage of manhood. Sexual abstinence should be strictly observed during the early stages of manhood and development. He who observes this recommendation will soon benefit from the immense prerogatives of chastity. Stoicism as a philosophy does not have a defined stance on celibacy. However, Stoics back in the days have emphasized the significance of self-control regarding sexual pleasure outside of procreation. The practice of celibacy is emphasized in various Hindu and ancient texts, including the Vedas and Puranas, highlighting its importance for accumulating energy. It is recommended to follow celibacy until the age of 25, as this period is considered crucial for the complete development of one's persona. According to medical science, the body is still undergoing rapid development in terms of semen and blood cell production. Engaging in sexual activities before this age may lead to health issues. Retaining sexuality within the body until the age of 25 promotes overall health and strength. While celibacy can still be followed beyond this age, it is essential to adhere to its principles for optimal benefits. Abstaining from sexual activities, as advised in these texts, is believed to contribute to spiritual development and ultimate salvation. Whatever a man desires, he looks for cues which aligns with his desires and takes action in his daily life to fulfill his desires. In the context of our discussion on sexuality and sexual gratification, philosophers, including Pythagoras, emphasize that our natural tendencies often operate at a suboptimal level. While we can't force our nature to always align with our desires, we can shape it through lifestyle and habits. However, the body and nature are not inherently designed to constantly pursue pleasures, as the costs of pleasure often outweigh the benefits it delivers. While the scientific perspective may assert that ejaculation is a natural process, without significant loss for a man, some philosophical views, like those of Pythagoras, argue differently. In this viewpoint, a man is believed to lose more than he may realize through ejaculation. It suggested that he loses not only a physical component, but also more subtle energies, powers, and strength, equating this loss to a diminishment of life. This perspective emphasizes a deeper, non-physical impact of ejaculation, beyond what science might measure. Once a man experiences sensual pleasures, his senses may continually pull him back to indulgent sensuality. While our nervous system may interpret this as procreation, according to this perspective, it's seen as a depletion of energies, without any essential purpose. The natural drive for mating and reproduction is deeply rooted within humanity. But even to perform a procreational act, a man needs to possess strength, stability, and mainly great essence within. The idea suggests that mindlessly surrendering to sensual cravings can lead to a depletion of vital energies without contributing to a greater purpose. He must possess a strong vital inner life before passing his seat for procreation. Then only the purpose of mating will be fulfilled. If man indulges in sexuality on a daily basis, unknowingly, it's a death within. Their perspective highlights a crucial aspect of education and personal development. While traditional education emphasizes mathematical theorems and academic knowledge, there's an increasing need for teachings that focus on character development, moral values, and spiritual insights. The wisdom of thinkers like Pythagoras extends beyond mathematical equations to include profound lessons on life, morality, and spirituality. In universities, we often focus on theoretical knowledge, missing the valuable insights every great thinker has left behind. While we study to achieve specific goals, there is a gap in understanding how to lead a fulfilling and virtuous life in the present moment. Our attention is often scattered. We are always everywhere, rather than being present here, where we truly are and belong. In today's fast-paced and distracted world, where many are seeking pleasure without understanding its true cost, there's a growing demand for a more holistic education that addresses the complexities of life. Integrating teachings from wise men like Pythagoras can contribute significantly to spiritual development, character building, and a deeper understanding of life's fundamental aspects. Promoting moral development through such teachings is not just a personal duty, but has the potential to shape minds, individuals, and their surroundings. To truly grasp the depth of wisdom, one must be committed to continuous learning, delving deep into the teachings of the wise. Only then can we comprehend more than what meets the eye, fostering a society that values not just material success, but also individual well-being on a spiritual and moral level. It's important to grasp and think about all these things, as modern life's ignorance has completely disconnected us from the very subtle truth. By accumulating such right knowledge, we can comprehend the meaning behind Pythagoras' statement, "Engage in sensuality only when you want to lose the strengths you have."